Now, from downtown Minneapolis, a look at beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, a good one in store. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and a yard. Now here's Aaron Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down. He gets this up past the 40-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
He's close to a first down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second and 1. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On the right side and corralled by Thielen. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a second and 5. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
On third and long, here's McCarthy. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And now it's fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2.
Come on, Vikings. Let's go.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. In motion, Naylor. A little play action here with McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's first and goal. This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. First and goal. Jones. This defense, backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
It's a loss of 1.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
That's holding at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in.
Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
A loss of 7 yards.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are up to a 3-0 lead.
They did a lot of good things on this opening drive. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Response as the kick's away. Charlie Jones now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd and 10. Here's Browning. They find Brown out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
He'll find Chase. That's complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Throwing, Browning. Rolling to the left. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively. But here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
3rd and 6. To throw, it's Browning. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Vikings offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up around the 35.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. On play action, here's McCarthy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Third and 10.
Third and 10. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Bengals offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start it here with a first and 10. Now, faking the give. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
A 6-yard pickup.
So, just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter. So, from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 3. As we are ready to get back underway. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Trying to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Vikings offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a first and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
From the 46, here's second down and 9. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. It'll be a Vikings first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. He fought through that first contact. It'll bring up second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
In motion, Naylor. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Minnesota.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
He takes off, and he's in! J.J. McCarthy, touchdown Vikings. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has nowhere to slide to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense, and they get set to take over once more. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. The Bengals offense ready to get back at it. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, they've punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They bring Chase in motion. Browning. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately a good decision. Just throw the ball away.
Browning now. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It's 3rd and 4. Now Browning. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher. And this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
Here's Ryan Rico now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch, taken right around the 11-yard line. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bengals offense headed back to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. They'll run here with Brown. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Back to throw, Browning. He'll find Andre Yosibas. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Flushed to his left. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Great job here by the quarterback on 3rd and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the 1st down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll run again. And he'll slide to a halt after picking up about 6.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of Yosibas. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And What it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And
powering forward. He's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown.
Well, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. TD on is McPherson to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Philippe sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The middle, here's Jones, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Forced out wide. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll avoid the contact. Sliding down, pick up 6. And it'll be 3rd down.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read. But what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
He's going to look for the home run ball. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bengals offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete. Andre Yosibach was the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Back to throw. Now he takes off. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half.
Brings up second and inches.
Second and inches. They'll look to throw. Open left side is Gesicki. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 13 yards. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike, and I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 17-yard line.
So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This from 34 yards. Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked.
So they clearly have a beat on this kicking unit. Now, there's 2 ways to do it. They either have a tip on the long snapper or the holder. But either way, in this case, they're able to time the snap count perfectly, gain an advantage on the outside, and come away with a huge block.
From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. And they'll let Dodger run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Here's Browning. Working his way out left. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Josh Metellus there on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 9. He'll look to throw. He'll find Gesicki over the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 10.
They get 10 yards on the hook up there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of
17 yards as they hook up again and pick up the first.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll be marked down at the 7, and it will set up first and goal.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Throwing, Browning. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Smart decision there on first and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision-making here. Brings up second and goal.
Try to get here from the 7-yard line, second down and goal. To throw, it's Browning. That is caught, and he's close to the goal line but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane, and now it's third and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get...
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Jake Browning, touchdown Cincinnati. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but...
Oh, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Price now to return it. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Vikings offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with first and 10. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
On play action, here's McCarthy. That one caught by the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's second and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy first down. Really well done.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. Now it's going to be third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And this ball incomplete on third down. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And that'll set up fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, They're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Brown. Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
Pick up of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. Jonathan Grenard getting in for the sack. And that's going to make it 3rd and goal.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
How'd you like to be this offensive play caller? You're knocking on the doorstep thinking you're in prime position here to come away with 6. Now after suffering 2 consecutive sacks, you're looking right into the eyes of a field goal try, and that's pretty demoralizing.
Bengals field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Bengals will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Chandler now to return it. Crazy. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Jones. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. Again, it's Jones. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
It's 4th down. Ryan Wright in punt formation for the Vikings.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Bengals offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 6. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 11 yards on the pass there. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
For the longest time, when you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch. But that's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes, in a lot of cases, almost as good as the wide receivers.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 8. Now, faking the give. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain there of 11. It's a Cincinnati first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved. You just hand off right, hand off left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. That tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Brown. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
This defense knows the importance of this drive. They have to keep this game at 1 possession. That's a great start there on 1st down.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Gesicki, the man in motion. Browning. That's caught. Gesicki on the right. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now Browning. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Take Browning. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The TD on is McPherson to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run, and it's Jones. Oh! That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
McCarthy going to tap this one forward to his receiver. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
So the challenge of these jet sweeps, Mike, is they happen so fast. Nowadays in these offenses, there's so much pre-snap motion that you don't know if the receiver's just going in regular motion or are they timing it up with the snap to give him the jet sweep. So when you don't get an early read, you see the leverage and the contain of the defense break down, and And these receivers and the way they can run, they get out into space, they are a handful to track down.
Give them 27, and it's first and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
That one, taken in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Score game as they kick it away. Jones now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Carry here for Brown. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Give them 14 on that play. One first down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Browning now. That's complete. It's Yosibah. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Now a give up the middle. Trying to find someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
2nd down at the 36-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Browning. That is caught to the goal line and in. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Chris Jenkins Jr. in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring it down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now they face 3rd down and 7. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 33 yards. Here's 1st down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And it only managed a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He'll step up and run. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's McCarthy. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.